Cool, cool, cool. We're about to do this thing. It's loading up. It's loading up. All right. So be careful of the noise background there. So let's see here.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. We're here on here. Let's see here. Now streaming live. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get situated here. Let's see. All right, we're here on here. Okay, I'm gonna share this out here. All right, we're gonna get situated here. Okay. Hey there, Kenyatta. Hey, Sean. How are you doing? This is new for me. I am trying this Zoom thing, right? I am trying Zoom for the first time. So please bear with me as I am getting used to this thing happening. And of course, I have to get some cable so that I can adjust my conference camera. So thank you guys for joining and everything. We're going to get started in just 1 minute. I'll get started in just 1 minute. Okay. All righty. Okay. And I got my girl here, Timmy.
Yes.
How you pronounce your name? Please tell me. Because I'm going to tell you, I murder names.
I know, right? My name is Timmy. First name is Timmy and last name is Akinwumi, but you just can call me TK because I'm TK on Facebook.
Yes. Call me Ann. Don't even try to pronounce Anissa, okay? So, okay. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much. I want to be mindful of everybody's time. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can invite some people who will be interested in, learning more about this information technology because, this is very interesting. This is my wheelhouse to talk about information technology and particularly women in technology is what we need to talk about today. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm definitely really excited to hear what TK is going to be talking about and what she does, because she has an organization called Top Group Tech. And she's going to tell you all about that too. I'm just really excited about that. So I'm going to let her introduce herself. And in the meantime, I'm going to share this out so that people can start joining into the webinar today.
Yeah, thank you, my lady, Anne, for having me.
Yes.
And, my name is TK Akin. Temi Akinwumi is my real name, but I go with TK. That's easier on Facebook and all, and on LinkedIn, everywhere. And I'm the CEO. Well, God is the CEO anyway. So I work with Top Group Technologies. It's an IT company in Lago, Maryland. We have been in the area for like almost 12 years now. So we are into software development, cybersecurity, networking training. And also we train not only adults, because pretty much even though we're trying to talk about adult program, we train adults in the area of software development, cybersecurity, and so on and so forth. And we help them to get a job in the market. There's a lot of jobs out there now in the area of cyber, particularly. So we train in that area. And also we do a lot of tutoring for kids, STEM tutoring, STEM programs, STEM clubs. And also we do tutoring in the area of homework assignments, SAT, and language services. Language services in different languages, Chinese, other African languages, and so on and so forth. A lot of that, we are involved in that. So we pretty much we are all about empowering our community, giving back to our community. So that's a big part of us. We're right here in Lago, Maryland.
Lago, Maryland. Awesome, awesome. So let's just get right into the nitty gritty. You know, when it comes to women in information technology, as you already know, how difficult is it for most females to get into information technology today, even though there is an abundance of technology going on? How difficult really is it for people to just get into this field as a female?
Well, nothing is difficult. You know me right now. Nothing is difficult, but we tend to make things difficult for ourselves. Why? Because we don't take a step.
Mm-hmm.
We want to remain in our comfort zone. We don't want to move out and do something for ourselves. The thing is, nothing is going to move us if we refuse to move ourselves. We need to move out and do something with our lives. The problem is that women tend to take care of their family, their kids, everybody else but themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We put ourselves last in everything, including our career. Information technology is out there. Men are taking advantage of it. You remember we were University of Maryland, like how many years ago now? Almost 6 years ago, we were doing a master's program, remember?
Yeah, they came out the program. Mm-hmm.
Yes, only few of us were women, very few, and all the rest were men. If we don't step out, then we'll still be where we were. So what I'm saying is that women, there's nothing that's pulling us back. We might think, there's stereotype in the industry, there might be stereotype and so on and so forth. But we don't want to allow that. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is self-esteem, and a lot of it is really not really educating yourself in terms of what you need to have to prepare for a career in information technology. And a lot of times they take our confidence for aggression and things of that nature, but there are ways that we can communicate our confidence in information technology, especially in the engineering field when it comes to working with servers, LAN administration, systems administration, and even system engineering. There are ways in which we could, as females, really dominate that field. And I think for the most part, we do have a dominance, but it's not as strong as it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not as strong as it should be. The same grace, the same opportunity that the men have is what we have. We should look at ourselves from a different light. We should not be looking at, men has all the opportunity. We have the same opportunity. Even though we may have more things to do with our family, taking care of kids and all of that, that may take away from our time to invest in ourselves. But we can put that aside and also invest in ourselves too. So what am I saying is that we should invest in career that can, in training, like you said, that can prepare us because if you're not trained, you can't get a good job. Like the one I was talking to you about, empowering and training, our people to get good jobs. Some of those training, for example, I will give you an example. There's a program called Cybersecurity CAP. CAP stands for Certified Authorization Professional, CAP. It's more about risk management. How do you assess the systems and make sure that those systems are safe and secure to be operational? It's not technical like that. You don't have to have any maths, coding background or anything. Without any of those in the background, you can still get good paying job in IT. Most of these people, the pay rate start from like $100,000 per year. Where are you going to get that kind of thing from? Yeah.
But you know what? I want to kind of make that point too, because there are so many different ways that you can leverage information technology. And just like you said, that you can have a cybersecurity part where you're just doing the policy part and writing the administrative policies and regulations. You can do the penetration testing. You can do some of the intrusion detection. You don't have to have like the whole kit caboodle, but you do have to have this one common thing, and that is the understanding of how a computer works. Because in order to protect it, You definitely have to understand how it works. And even if you don't have an A+ or a Network Plus or even a Security Plus, if you understand how computers communicate with each other, you should be able to pick something within technology that you can be a master of. And I definitely agree with part of what you said there. You don't have to really have like a whole huge background, but if you have some sense of knowledge and technology to kind of grasp on that, to master that, you could definitely have a career making up to 100 grand. Yeah,
Exactly.
you can make that kind of money.
And it doesn't even matter your background. Maybe you are into nursing, into medical field, pharmacy. You know, I've trained people that are like, they have PharmD, you know, maybe PhD in law, pilot, and so on and so forth. And they are doing very well in the IT industry. Another good thing also is that it doesn't matter your age. Maybe you've retired and then you don't know what to do with yourself. Just get a certification and get a job and do it part-time. Most of these jobs, they allow you to work from home.
You know, there's also opportunities out there for people to start businesses in information technology as managed service providers. Like, I guess in my field, what I'm seeing is there is very, very few managed care systems that is owned by African Americans or minorities, and even less owned by female. They have a managed service program. And so with all of the different government contracts that are out there right now for technology services, I get them all across my email all the time. And I'm always seeing how they are looking for IT contractors who are minority-owned businesses. So a lot of times we can literally like spin off our talent and just start a business going into that realm, but we don't, as females, we don't see our way going there, you know?
Yeah, it's very good because there's a lot of businesses, like you said, in the IT arena that can be a sole contract for a women-owned business. And there's steps involved with that, but we need to leverage it. We need to make ourselves available. We need to look beyond this new year, beyond where we are, and step out and do something great. You know, I know you are into business development. You are ready to help people in that area, as well as I have my own business for 11 years. I'm into, developing people career, mentoring them, helping them in the career industry, resume, getting their resume ready, getting them ready with training and certification. So I just want people to step out this new year and do something great with themselves, because there's tons of opportunity out there. Another example is this government shutdown. You don't want to sit down and just depend on a government job. We know that they're paying you good money, but then you can always have a part-time job. With this thing going on, you don't know what can happen. Again, you don't want to be in this situation whereby you are not being paid for almost 30 days. So it's good to have something at the back end. So in case something like this happen, you have something else you can be doing. And even if you are working and there's no shutdown, you can always have maybe something you at home on weekends or at home in the evening. That's extra.
Exactly. I can't tell you how many times I supplemented my income with using just the knowledge I had for technology on the side, just as a part-time business. And I've come home with, I don't know, so many different types of checks on so many different levels. I went from helping them with their phone to helping them with their computer to installing software to helping them put their whole home network together, their routers, anything, that you could do to help someone with their technology, or even if you know how to troubleshoot software, you can have them bring the technology to your home and they can, check it out and get paid. Just using just your knowledge, and you don't need any kind of like extra stuff to pull out. You don't need extra money. You just need your brain. That's it. That's all you need.
Exactly. Yes, Anne. And also, Anne, another thing is there's always the saying that when you raise a woman, you are raising a generation. It's not only about us now. What about our kids?
Yeah.
We're talking about women in technology. We need to impact the life of our young kids. Our kids that have just finished from college, they are just sitting at home, doing nothing with themselves. We can send them in for this kind of certification. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. put them in and let them come for this kind of program. These kids, they have very smart, sharp minds. Let them engage, let us engage them in this kind of certification program. They get good money, make good jobs. Make good money, get good jobs. That's going to be a rest for you. That's going to be an extra income for you and for them. So
absolutely.
Family. So we need to look around us. It may not be for us. It might be for our nephew, our nieces, our children, our grandchildren out there. They're doing nothing. Invest in them. There are payment plans for this kind of program. They can come in and get certified in 2-3 months. They are making good money, 100,000.
Yeah, they don't realize how simple it is just to kind of get into it. And it all starts, like you said, it all starts. But then, let's talk about those folks who are really good in technology that may not have money to invest in the class. They can go out there, as we said earlier, and make extra money and use that money to pay for classes like what you have, classes like what I have, that could help them get a job.
Yes.
That kind of money. They just need to take the time and invest, just like you said. And I think I also want to encourage women to start looking into mobile apps, because I had a little taste of the mobile app when I was working for one of the organizations where they had me kind of develop a mobile app, and it's really not that hard. It's just really just going through the steps and understanding how to develop a mobile app. I really wish I would have stuck it out, because I think if I had stuck it out, I probably would have been a powerhouse, creating apps left and right. But right now, it is so huge. The demand is so much right now in terms of mobile apps. And I want to encourage more women to take on mobile apps. And I know the big thing is coding too, but you know what? I always hear coding, but I want to hear more about what they're doing with the coding, not just learning the coding, but what are they creating with the coding that they're learning? And that's what I really want to hear more about. Yeah,
it's very important. It's very important. All this coding and all of that, it's very important to be involved in. They're so diverse. There are so many areas of the IT industry that people can get engaged. The coding, and even if you don't want to do many coding, you can go into the area of policy, cyber, into the area of you can do things like security plus, help desk support. At least something that you can make good money for your family. It's very, very important, and it's a career that you can relax and grow. It's a career that has come to stay. If you do anything in the area of cyber, it's not only the government, the hospitals, the banks, the manufacturing company. Think about any industry. We are needed. We are needed to secure the servers. So it's great. It's a great opportunity to step out and do something great.
Right. And another thing that's really interesting that people should be aware of is that when you're in information technology, as you said, you can pretty much go anywhere, because and a lot of times you're not even really affected by the government shutdown, even as a contractor, because there's always a position for IT, because it has to keep going. That is one of the key factors of working in IT, is that every organization has technology that has to keep going no matter what happens. And if you are in a unique position to be one of those lucky people to be either in a help desk, customer service, land administration, system administration, you are probably never really going to be without a job.
Yes.
You're going to have a job no matter where you go, and you can still turn that into a business. So, I'm going to throw that business thing in there, TK, because, they don't realize how easy it is to just start something up and actually have a business and be needed and wanted and in demand.
Yeah, many years, I've been in the industry for more than 20 years, and I was working, support major corporation, SAIC, Northrop, Task, Agility, all this company. I work at the Pentagon for more than 10 years, supporting all these great corporation and great assignments and mission critical, national critical projects that I can't really mention. But what I'm saying is that I was doing that, and I was having my company at the same time. So you can, whatever you're doing, you can also have your company. It doesn't stop that. And as you decide to go full time, like I've become full time now for the past 5 years now. And it's great. I can't really, I've never looked back. and I never regretted it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that, I'm pretty sure that when people watch the playback of this video, that they're going to hear the passion in both of our voices when talking about technology and how you really need to get into it. However, which way that you can get into it, that's, women need to kind of deep dive into this. I think in my whole travels over the last few years, I have had the pleasure to interview you in my very first podcast back in 2016, and just being really inspired, with you and some of the other folks that are in technology. And I want to encourage the minorities to come out and to speak up about how they are contributing to that and how they really are getting education and investing, because when they share the story like that, it encourages other people to want to invest in information technology. I just think that there needs to be more diverse programs, different types of programs that make it interesting for people to want to join, and then maybe collaborate with recruiters to kind of make that connection to say, hey, I have somebody who's trained in cybersecurity policy or CISSP, and now I have them ready to go. Here you go. You fully trained person. And I think that having more programs like that will definitely help along the way.
Yeah, no, that's good, because that's all we do. When we train you, we also help you to get a job. We also help you, we mentor you, we hold your hands. I follow my student around pretty much. Well, as I'm speaking right now, so one of them is texting me, when are you available for a phone conversation? That's all I do, So we are here to help them be their mentor, be their reference, help them to get a job. We follow them around and make sure they achieve that goal. So it's very, very important. It's very, very important.
Okay, so let me ask a question. So what would you say to those who are still feeling a little bit scared or skeptical about approaching information technology? What would be your biggest advice that you would give them to help them get started?
My advice would be just step out. Just step out. There's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, we have people like us, people like you, that are ready to help, to mentor them. When I started many years ago, I don't have any mentor. I was saying it to myself yesterday. I said, no mentor, nothing. But you have all this opportunity now, so there's no excuse. People are there to guide you, to hold your hand, to help you, to prep you, to give you a guidance. So why not take the advantage of the opportunity? Why not?
Right. Now, do you also have like young girls in your program, TK, as far as, and like what ages are you catering to when it comes to your particular training classes?
My classes starts from when they finish from high school, because some people finish from high school right down and they're maybe not going to college directly because of funds, but they can come to this kind of programs and get certified. They're always looking for junior engineers that the company can train from scratch and help them. So while they are working, they can be going to school. Most of the time, the company send them to school. So these are available, at least from maybe, let's say, what age do they finish college? I've seen people like 18 coming to my class, 17, 16, and up. And you can be as young as 60 years old, 60 plus, and you can still function very well in the IT industry.
Wow. Well, tell everybody again where your organization is located. Like, give them your address and your email and everything, and so that they can find you.
Okay, my office is called Top Group Technologies. So we're in Largo, Maryland. The address is 1450 Mercantile Lane, Suite 147, Largo, Maryland, 20774. My number is 240-350-6159.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you got that in there.
350-6159. And I go with TK. My website is www.top group, Group, tech,
Top
TECH.com.
Group Tech. Top Group Tech. Okay, first of all, I like it. I really wish that, matter of fact, I'm not gonna wish, I'm gonna have more conversation around technology, particularly women and girls in technology, because I want us to do something. It's 2019 now. I want us to do something miraculous with technology. I want to see us more into mobile app development. I want us to see us more turning that information around and even integrating some engineering and computer science techniques into the technology and really coming out and creating something so dynamic and diverse is just unreal, And I want to encourage some men too to get on here because I want to hear the men's perspective. I work with men in information technology, and it's definitely a different world when it's a female, and especially if you're a Black female, minority female, it's definitely a different world as far as I'm concerned, because I come from the background that I actually worked with them and was a system administrator or LAN administrator and an IT manager, and you are treated differently than someone who is doing a help desk or someone's doing customer service. And exactly. So I want people to step out and not be afraid and use their confidence as a way of empowering themselves to protrude forward and get into a technology that is for really everyone. So definitely want to encourage that. And thank you so much, TK, for coming back on here. And I really, really appreciate, first of all, you being on the first podcast to help start me off on this journey and sharing information then. And you're back again 3.5, 4 years later now, sharing again with your organization. And I definitely wish you all the best and luck. And if anyone is in need of technology training, you heard it here, TK Top Group. She's right here. You got her information. I'll put that into the message here on the live so that you can contact her if you have any questions as far as technology. If you are a technology person and you are looking to start a business, you know where to come, Austin Tech. We help you divide your business from A to Z, walk you through every single step, and we will help you come up with the best course of action for your business if that's what you want to do. It really is not that hard. I did it for years and years and made lots of money on the side, and you can do it too. You just have to just get the right information. And so my promise in this group is to bring folks that will come and share information so that you don't feel like that you have to do this by yourself. And so thank you, TK.
Thank you so much.
Reach out to her and everything. And the next time we're going to be on here, we're going to be having April, my girl April Lisbon People. She's going to be talking about how to have a workplace that is conducive for those with individuals. We're going to have her coming up, and then we're going to also have another young lady who was all the way in England to learn. She's going to be here talking about stress and handling stress in the workplace. So catch us again. I'm getting used to the Zoom. I got the Zoom for the first time. I'm being very professional, but I want to thank everybody who has joined the live, and please leave a comment below if you have any questions. And thank you guys again for joining.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna figure out how to turn this off. Or we can stay here and have a party. We can have that too.
Yeah.
Okay.